There's no doubt that Stepford County Railway has some really odd features on its map that have been adding up over the years of the game's existence. So, in this video, I'll show you 25 random things in SCR you might not know. So let's get started. Number 1. Spawn at Stepford Victoria and walk around these dual carriageway roads towards where the river is. You'll end up at a strange stop with a building next to it. No idea what this is, as it has no connections to the railway, but it's interesting nevertheless. Number 2. If you walk towards the caravan park at Starry Lock Station on the other side of the sea, you can find Zippy in one of the windows. No idea who put this here, but it's a reference to the really old children's TV show Rainbow. Number 3. If you go to platform 13 at Benton and trespass beside the tracks to get to Benton Depot for Connect, you find this 377. Or is it a 377? The other end of the train says it's a class 387 instead. According to former developer MattyX2013, if you see one of these on the map, it means that Charlie probably forgot to renumber them. Number 4. Going to the top floor at Benton Station doesn't only take you to the roof, but you can jump on one of these shops and find all this empty space behind. If you ask me, it's a good hiding spot, and maybe SCR should make a rip-off of the backrooms here. Number 5. At Port Benton, Waterline trains come from Greenslade and Morganstown at platform 2. However, if you look closely, there's a bit of track that goes onto the Connect line, past the depot, and onto the Connect platforms. If this piece of track was actually functional, it would mean you'd be able to be driving from Greenslade to Stepford, which is insane. Number 6. The scenery between Stepford Central and Stepford East has always been admirable, but not many people know that there's a small tram model on this square near the railway line. It doesn't mean the tramlink's coming, but it's still a great place to train spot. Number 7. If you go to Willowfield and walk towards Hampton Park, there's an odd bridge going over nothing.
And this nature reserve I'm currently trespassing on.
Followed by a ridiculously long line of trees, which ends at a grass station. This is just a plain mystery, as we have no idea why it exists and what will happen to it eventually. Number 8. Sticking with the theme of trees, there is a straight line of floating trees beside Beverly, everyone's favourite station. Again, no idea why this exists, but Tramnik is nearby, so this can only mean SCR lore. Number 9. There is a really long river in SCR, which starts at Famere, goes past Upper Staplow, through the James Street extension, under the airport, and empties into what I think is the River Ben. And yes, here's some old footage from an old video, because it takes ages to walk down the whole thing. Number 10. At Coxley, there's a reference to the metro operator, which was planned but never opened. Beside the main line is the entrance to Coxley Newtown Station. Before version 1.6, you used to be able to walk down into the station, and the platforms look something like this. Number 11. If you spawn at Water Newton and go down the road, there's probably the most strange shop I've ever seen in the game. It's just called Chile with eye and mouth emojis. Well, I don't know if this references the country Chile, but it just makes no sense, and I'd love to know who put this here. Number 12. At Stepford Central, there's a short concrete platform before platform 1, which is completely disused. It could act as some kind of loading bay considering it's right next to the taxi rank, but it's never been used and I don't think it will ever be. Number 13. Walking along the tracks at Whitefield Station doesn't only bring you to this cool train washer, but there's also a little nod off to Matty on this wall at the end. It reads Matty was here, put there by MattyX2013, a former developer who rebuilt the Whitefield line because it's complicated. Number 14. Everyone knows about the James Street extension. Past the end of the tunnels are some red tracks to remind Bandtech that they need replacing, then the tracks split up and go into the void. But before the void was introduced, there was an old station there without a name. Yep, we're still waiting for the extension after all these years, it's ridiculous. Number 15. Want a free badge? Well, you can get one. Spawn at Approach Road at Stepford Central and follow me this way to this suspicious platform 9 3/4 sign. Obviously you can go through the wall here, and you can touch the sign inside to get a free badge. Oh, and by the way, it is Easter, you noob. Number 16. If you spawn at Woodhead Lane and go under the field around this way, you can see the old bridge from before the line was upgraded in 1.8, with the ballast still on it. Knowing him, Matty probably just forgot to delete it and instead covered up with grass. Number 17. Upper Staplow opens in 1.7, but there have always been unopened platforms over on the express section, with a gap where the Connect tracks used to go. I don't know why they decided not to delete these, but I guess it's part of SCR's history and how this station was left unopened for years. Number 18. Back at Berrily, there are some disused sidings along with a track which just face plants into Berries of Berrily. Again, no idea why this exists, but it would be cool if we had another depot on the Morganstown line that went in the other direction, in the location of these sidings. Number 19. Leighton West is the newest station in SCR at the time of recording, and its branch makes a weird loop in Leighton. This makes it a really short walk across the grass from Leighton Stepford Road to Leighton West, saving time and money if you were to buy a train journey there. Number 20. At Stepford UFC, there's a rusty lamppost in the bushes at the end of platforms 2 and 3. Again, as stated by MattyX 2013, the lore behind this is that some angry football fans pushed an old lamppost over the edge of a platform a long time ago, which does sound pretty accurate according to British football. Number 21. If you walk between the houses at Bowden Station, you end up here, at Dodgy Dave Driveway. If you don't know what Dodgy Dave means, well, it's a reference to British politics, which I won't get into before the comments kill me or something.
I still refer to him as Dodgy Dave.
Number 22. There are loads of Class 68 trains dotted around the map in random sidings. The 7 locations I know of are Stepford Depot, Leighton Depot, Leighton City, Millcastle Racecourse, Lynn by the Sea, Coxley and Famere Green Depot. Although the SCR 68 looks like an Oreo, these are really nice immersion based additions, and they seem to add about 2 every update. Number 23. To the side of Stepford Central, there's a ballast top building that reads Great Stepford Railway. Again, this must be top quality SCR lore, as they're making it seem as if there was an old Stepford Central station that got moved at some point in the distant past. Number 24. Most people know that the Express headquarters is located at Lynn by the Sea. However, at Famere Green, there's a building with a purple stripe, which happens to be the old brand colour for Express. This could have indirectly been the old headquarters for Stepford Express, or maybe I'm making things up. Number 25. When the Class 707 was upgraded, the developers forgot to update the static model at Woodhead Lane Depot, and so for a short time we could still experience the old version of the train. Sadly, though, this has been replaced. So there you go, those are 25 random things in SCR that you might not have known. If you learnt something from this video, or if you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like, and subscribing would also be great for the channel. Anyway, my name's Dweller, and that's the end of the video, so thanks for watching.